We are working on the Pfaff Performance 5.2 sewing machine, and I'm going to show you what comes with this machine. Now before I get started, I am a peeler. Let me get that peeled off the front of the machine. Isn't it nice? You know, it's like all brand new there. And I'm going to show you also where these accessories are placed. There's a few things that might help you so you can get the most out of staying organized. That's the whole idea here. And you'll notice when your machine comes to you, there's actually 2 more feet in a little Ziploc bag here. And we'll slide this little guy off. I haven't turned the machine on, so I'm just lifting up the presser foot just a little bit to do that. And I want to slide off the accessory box because I want to show you 2 things. Number 1, there is a buttonhole foot in the back, so that's already stored there. Some of the things that don't fit in the front, I'll be putting kind of in this back part. The bobbins have kind of their own little holder here, and then all the feet will fit in this part. And you'll notice one compartment has a little hole in it. That will be for a buttonhole foot that's got a little longer end to it. So it sits there so it doesn't interfere with the closing of your box. And there's an accessory, or piece of styrofoam there. So you can just throw that all the way out. Okay, so let's go through some of the things that come with it. Number 1, I'm going to just jump right to this because it is nice that it is included. It is a straight stitch throat plate. Now a straight stitch throat plate has just one single hole, and when you put it on, the machine will limit your ability here to stitch a zigzag. I'm pretty sure this is censored, but I will double check that, meaning once it goes on, the machine sees that it's on, and then make sure you don't pick a zigzag too big and break needles, which I love. You'll use this for like straight line stitching, free motion quilting. I love to put that on. Anything that really just needs a more precision stitch if you're working with decorative threads, that type of thing, but all with a straight stitch. So I love the fact that that is included with this machine. All right, a stylus comes with this. I will be using this from time to time, and I do like that it has kind of a little part at the end. You can put a little ribbon through there so it's not like falling. You can find it a little easier. Doesn't that just look like a gigantic needle? Haha. All right, so it has a little home right here that can fit in. Pfaff bobbins. We'll see. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then is there one in the machine? Yep, just 5 bobbins are with this machine, but definitely make sure that you are buying the right bobbin for this machine. This is not a place to mix and match, so you want to make sure that you're always using the tools that are specific for your model of sewing machine. All right, so I'll pull out a few things here. You have a seam ripper, which all you have to do, put that back, pull the back off, or top off, put it on the opposite end, and now you have it to be longer. And a brush. We will do a whole series of cleaning so you know how to use said brush and where you need to be cleaning out. And just put those in the back right here for now. You do have a pack of needles, which is a nice variety pack. We'll be including some needle information, but you do have a wing needle, stretch needle, jeans needle, embroidery needle. Embroidery meaning like for decorative stitches, and just a nice variety pack. So I'm always glad when they put those in. All right, let me pull out the rest of the bobbins, and like I said, I love the way they fit in. Actually, you can pull that right on out. So if you're winding bobbins, this can come out, and then you can just put it right back into position as you go. All right, for feet, let's go with the one that's on the machine. Your standard presser foot is there, and then you have 2 others that will be coming out here. The largest one has an 8 on it, so that's like your maxi foot for those wider stitches. And then we have 2A, that's another foot. And the nice thing is this machine is going to actually recommend which foot to use with which stitch. So you'll always be kind of double checking which one is being used or recommended. And believe me, when it says it's recommended, it is recommended. I try to really stay close and follow the machine's recommendation there. Okay, we have a a ton of spool caps in here. So a couple things, you can do a spool cap when you have a thread that's got an end cap here. It's not just a cone without an end. So sometimes putting that on there, make sure it stays nice and tight up against it. Then it will jump over that edge and it won't get caught in between these two. That's one thing that you have to kind of be careful of. Also too, if you're standing it up, that also will become a base for when the thread is spinning this way. So once we get into the top part and open it up, we can set the spool caps here as a base, and then we can also set them on the end so the spools don't get pulled out of position there. So we'll just get that one ready. You have different sizes because not all spools are the same size, so just keep those close by as you're using those. Screwdriver is there to take your foot on and off, and then also for taking your needle in and out. So I'll be using that quite a bit. Let's get back to some of the other feet. Quilters, you're always asking, does it come with a 1/4-inch foot? Yes, it does. And it has the integrated IDT, or the integrated dual feed system that allows it to evenly pull. So we'll just add that in. And we also have a foot 1A. Again, this will be guided when we use that one, or the 2A, and what the difference is. We'll get into more of that. Here's that foot that's a little longer. It has a little nub at the end. So that's the one that's going in the one with the little extra hole here. We have a blind hem foot. It's the one with the little red wheel. Also, we can use this for overlock stitching because it's adjustable. That little screw will move it in and out. And this last one here is, it's numbered number 4, and it is our zipper foot. So you can attach it to the left side or the right side. And again, all set up for the integrated dual feed, the IDT. That's why it looks a little funny on the back side. So keep that close by. Oh, no, not the last one. And then we have for free motion quilting. This is also a darning foot. There are other feet that are more better suited for free motion quilting. So this isn't the only one, but at least you get one to get started with. All right, a seam guide. We'll be using that from, I'll at least show you, it attaches to the side here, and you can set that for like 1 inch or 2 inches or anywhere in between for making nice straight lines that will fit in the back. This is a multi-purpose tool. So multi-purpose means it can be used for a couple things. Number one, most famous for, the little hole in the end. So when I'm taking a needle, I can drop it in there and have it kind of lifted up as I'm tightening the screw, or catching it when I'm taking the screw out, and then it will make it real easy. You don't have to have your fingers all the way in here. If you've got bigger hands or your hands don't work as well, this will become your friend. You'll also notice it's got 2 different thicknesses here, a thin side and a thick side. We'll use this to go up and over jean seams that are really, really thick if you need some extra help. And I have been known to use this to sew buttons on and leave a little shank of thread, small shank or a bigger shank, as we're using that. So I'm going to, again, put that in the back part here. My needles can actually even sit down below. There's plenty of room down below here for extra needles. Oh, and a little felt pad here. And one thing that got away from me, dropped on the floor, here we go, is a little thread net. If you ever have any thread that kind of falls off the spool, it's slippery or something, you can slide this over and it'll kind of keep it contained while you're trying to use that thread. Honestly, I have not used one of these in the last couple of years because the thread I choose is good quality thread. I don't have that issue of it kind of puddling off the spool. But they still put these in, so we'll just kind of slide those on the underneath side for later. All right, so I think we are ready. If everything closes, then we are ready to get into threading this machine and all the how to wind a bobbin using your needle threader, and let's get started. This is fun, but wow, that was a lot of accessories. So I'm glad that they put those all in because we're gonna use them and they're included. You don't have to buy them separately. All right, let's continue.